Guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with Miss Cleo. I just wanted to show you guys her new little sweater that I got her. I actually got it from Five Below and she has been obsessed with it. So if you have a small dog that gets cold in the fall and the winter, you should definitely check out like little fuzzy sweaters like this. So there's a video that I've seen circulating on YouTube for like over a year now. It's actually been a while, and it's like a healthy habit morning routine, or like my best healthy habits for the morning, stuff like that. And I wanted to go ahead and do one of those on my channel. I think it's a great idea, and if you're ever feeling kind of uninspired, or if you just want to like spice up your life a little bit, I would definitely maybe like binge watch a few of these videos because I feel like there's so many great tips out there. But yeah, this morning while I was in bed, I just kind of like made up this list of some things that I like to do in the morning that I feel like really benefit my whole day and are just a great way for me to start the day off. Now obviously not every morning is going to be perfect. In fact, some days I wake up with barely any time, barely enough time to brush my hair and that kind of stuff. So I do want to put that out there that I don't do all these things every single morning, but I do make a huge effort to do this almost every morning if I do have time. If you guys have any input or any great morning habits that you practice that I didn't mention, I would love if you leave those down in the comments so I can get some more ideas on how to better my mornings. And if you're not already, I would love if you subscribe to my channel and check me out on Instagram. I'm always posting on there. But yeah, without further ado, let's just go ahead and get started. All right, so the first way that you can just genuinely really better your morning is by taking 5 minutes the night before and roughly planning out the next day. So what I mean by this is either just mentally kind of thinking what you're gonna do the next day and planning it out, or what I like to do is just take a piece of paper and kind of block off specific time for things. So I'll usually be like, okay, like I'm gonna be in class this time, and then when I get out of class, I'm gonna do this, then I'm gonna do this, then this. And like, you don't have to strictly follow that schedule, obviously, but I do think it's a really good idea for you to figure out any obligations that you have coming up the next day so that you're already prepared and reminded about them, because I feel like some mornings you could just wake up and be like, oh my gosh, I forgot I have to do this today. But if you actually think about all the things you have to do the night before, it's a lot easier to plan out how you're going to go about your whole day. The next tip is to go to bed with a clean space. So this is something that I have to do. I used to always wake up to like a messy room, and it's just not a good feeling. I feel like it makes you feel very like kind of brain foggy and overwhelmed the first thing when you wake up, and that's not a good feeling. So I usually like to set aside a little bit of time before I go to bed, and I'll usually just hang up clothes. I like to vacuum. It literally takes 30 seconds. I always like to make my bed when I wake up in the morning, and that way I'm leaving my house with a clean space. So overall, just try and clean up your room before you go to bed, because that way you will wake up feeling you know, not like super overwhelmed and stressed from having a messy room. Next tip I have for you guys is to wake up 20 minutes earlier than you really need to, or at least set your alarm for 20 minutes earlier. So I like to have a very like laid back and chill morning. So what I usually do is I'll wake up like an hour and a half before I need to leave the house. That just gives me a nice bit of extra time to hang out with myself, with my dog, and just do anything extra, and so that I'm not like rushing out of the house first thing in the morning. All right, so the next tip I have for you guys, I consider this honestly probably one of the most important tips, is to stay off Instagram first thing in the morning. And that can include like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, really any social media apps that you have. Now, being like a social media person, this can be really, really hard. But I want to tell you guys something that I actually noticed the other day. So this was in the middle of the day actually, and I think I was just scrolling down Facebook, and like I had seen, you know, one story, and it was like 2 kids got hit by a bus and died before school. And then the next story was like another mass shooting happened. Next story was some kind of political scandal happening. And literally my mood went from being all the way up here to just all the way down here. And it was caused by me seeing all of these like catastrophic stories going on in the world. And I know that you can't ignore what's going on in the world and you can't ignore that kind of stuff, but I really do think that like social media can put such a huge damper on your mood without you realizing it. And I don't think that like getting on Instagram first thing in the morning is good for your mental health, because I feel like it's just constantly, you know, like comparing yourself to other people without you even realizing it. Maybe stay off Instagram for the first like hour and a half of your day and then get on it. I know I'm guilty. Like, you guys probably always see me Instagramming first thing in the morning, but what I like to do is I'll kind of like have all my pictures ready to post. I'll go on, I'll post them, and then I'll just close the app, and I won't even go back on it for a couple of hours, just because in the morning I like to focus on me, and I feel like when you are all over different social media platforms, I feel like you can just get so lost so quickly. And as that example showed, my mood literally went from being up here to down here because of 3 stories I had read on social media. Yeah, that's just my opinion. If I were you, I would try and stay away from social media first thing in the morning. Next tip I have for you guys is to fix yourself a nice drink that is good for your body. So this can range from a few things. It could be like a green juice, a smoothie, a cup of coffee, some lemon water. My personal favorite 2 drinks right now. So first of all, you guys know I'm obsessed with green tea. I actually completely eliminated coffee from my diet. I'll still sometimes like go out and get an iced coffee, but I don't brew it first thing in the morning. Instead, I just make a cup of green tea, and I've seen amazing health results from it. So I like green tea a lot, you guys know that. And then also for the fall, okay, there's so many nice fall drinks that you can get at the store. Apple cider has been one of my favorites right now, and you can just get it in a big jug. The next tip I have for you guys is so important, and I really want to spread this message. Write down some kind of affirmation. So this is actually something I do the night before I go to bed, but if you want to do it in the morning too, that's totally cool. Right before I go to bed, I will just write up a couple different affirmations, or maybe like just like manifestation quotes, and you can find these online, or you could just make them up yourself. You can also get books that have a lot of them in them. So if you guys are not aware of what the law of attraction is, basically you have the ability to like attract so much into your life just by putting it out there. So for example, something maybe like the night before a test on this little whiteboard, I would be like, you know, I'm capable of getting an A on this test. I have all the tools I need to succeed. Great opportunities are coming my way. Stuff like that can be so incredibly powerful in manifesting stuff that you want. In fact, I have manifested 2 apartments into my life before. I manifested this apartment and my one in Hawaii. And I'm literally not even kidding you guys, like the actual like image was the exact same. Like I knew I was gonna live in this apartment before I even knew I had to move. You don't even need to write this stuff down. In my opinion, I would, because it's been proven that you're like 50% more likely to get something done if it's written down. But if you just sit in bed in the morning and visualize, you know, how you want your day to be and how you want your life to be, it can be today, tomorrow, how you want your life to be in 5 years. I just think that's such a good practice to do first thing in the morning, because it really does open your eyes up to all the potential you have and what you're capable of. The next early morning healthy habit I have is to get some fresh air. So for me, this is like a given because I have Cleo. I always like to take her out for a good amount of time in the morning just because I want her to have fresh air as well. But if you don't have any kind of dog, maybe like walk to go get your mail, call one of your parents and talk to them on the phone in the morning, call a friend, or just go on a walk by yourself. I know, especially in the winter, it's like, who wants to be out in the cold? You know, nobody does, but bundle up and just get 5 minutes of fresh air, because I feel like we can get so lost in just being inside all day, especially in the winter. But fresh air really does help. And what I like to do is like do my makeup in the morning in the brightest part of my house and just get that vitamin D on my skin. And yeah, I just think that's also really important. The next healthy habit I have for you guys is to eat a plant-based breakfast. So I know like having like eggs, bacon, sausage, and all that kind of stuff in the morning can seem really good. In fact, that's what I usually do on the weekend to treat myself, but I feel like during the weekday having a plant-based breakfast can really just start your day off on a really good, fresh, and healthy note. If you have never tried being vegetarian or vegan for a week, I would totally give it a try. It's really not that hard. I know it can seem really intimidating, and if you want to find out like how you can shop plant-based, I actually did upload a grocery haul last week and I gave you guys some recipes in there as well, so check that out. There are so many healthy, cheap, and easy plant-based breakfasts that you can make, but the #1 tip I have is to include chia seeds in your breakfast. Chia seeds have so many micronutrients. This can include like potassium, iron, magnesium, calcium. You can put chia seeds on virtually anything. You can even mix them into a drink, like a smoothie. You can mix them into water if you want. Personally, I like to just sprinkle them over fruit or add them what else do I eat? To oatmeal. One of my favorite things about chia seeds is that they fill you up. So I know in the morning I have 3 to 4 hours of classes, so I don't really have time to eat between those, and eating chia seeds with my breakfast can help me stay full so that I'm not thinking about hunger throughout all my classes. The next healthy habit I have for you guys is a little bit random, but one of my most important things that I always do either first thing in the morning or the night before usually is charge up all of the electronic devices that I'm gonna need the next day. It's literally the worst worst feeling in the morning when you get to class and your laptop's on 2% and you're just like, oh, why did I do this to myself? Like, just set yourself up for success. If you know all your towels are dirty, do them the night before so that you have a nice fresh towel when you take a shower in the morning. Stuff like that. I know it can just seem so annoying to have to do it, but it can really change the way you feel in the morning. All right, guys, and the final tip I have for you guys is to find a way to move your body. So I know a lot of people like to stretch in the morning or do yoga, or some people even like to go to the gym first thing in the morning. For me, something that I like to do is just 20 crunches. Crunches are an awesome form of like core exercising, and you guys, you can get abs so quickly if you just do crunches. I can vouch for that. I got a set of abs literally in like 2 months from just doing crunches every day, so that was awesome. That's just what I like to do. Push-ups are awesome too, bicycles, burpees. Just do something in the morning that will help release those endorphins that you get from exercising, and by having those endorphins released so early on in the day, you're going to want to keep chasing that feeling by doing other productive things. Alright, you guys, that basically sums it up for my healthy morning habits video. I hope you liked this. I hope you gained some kind of inspiration. Don't forget to let me know what your healthy habits are. I'm probably missing a few in this video, so if I remember some, I'll just leave them in the comments below. Also, I think the best thing to remember is just that not every day is going to be a 5-star day. So if you do have an off day, don't let it, set you down or pull you back. Just remember that every day is a fresh start and to really take advantage of that. But yeah, I love you guys so much, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye, guys!